Hey folks, Julian here. So here's what happened on recording night. I mistakenly got the impression that Patrick was running late, and so I had told Justin, hey, let's get on at regular time and we'll just vamp, and maybe we'll get some good outtake material, and then we'll start when Patrick gets here. Did not realize that Patrick was actually not planning on being on the show, and so what you have here is, because we had a lot of fun, and there was actually a lot of good discussion in this like kind of preambly part of the show before we actually started, and I didn't want to lose it, but at the same time, you'll also get some kind of behind the scenes stuff. I'm in the middle of trying to get the Great Game giveaway drawing set up, and also a little freaking out because I keep seeing Patrick changing documents for the questions in the Dropbox for the stage select, and I don't know why he's writing down answers when he's supposed to be on the show to answer them in person. But then you'll figure out when the episode drops why that happened. But it's just a fun discussion, and you know, there's some good E3 stuff in there, some good what you playing stuff in here, and I just thought, you know, why not make even more work for myself, because I already have a 3.5 hour episode to edit. But hey, that's what I like to do. So here we go. Hope you guys like it. Bye.
Hello.
E3. My favorite time of year. Even when it's lukewarm.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, I'm glad you're like over the moon about it, because I was like, yes, it happened.
I'm actually really excited for this episode, because like I just wrote down the stuff that I want to be sure to hit, and
I did too. Okay.
And then I just put Trials of Mana in all caps, because like the fact that wasn't like megaton, like holy shit, like, because I was watching the Giant Bomb guys talking about all the press conferences, is like the fact that nobody like registered that, I was like, oh man, no, this is a huge deal.
Yeah. Well, wait, Trials of Mana, that's the one that has like all, it's like the collection, right?
No, see, that's the thing, and they're
okay. Like,
I did see someone on Twitter, and I retweeted this, that the wording is poor. So there's a Secret of Mana collection that's out now.
Yeah.
And so they decide the title that they gave Seiken Densetsu 3 is Trials of Mana. So they're also doing an update, like a full remake of Seiken Densetsu 3.
Okay.
So it's like, well, should I play the 1995 one and then play the remake, or should I wait for the remake? Like, I'm torn, but like just the fact that, like, you know, I've been wanting, dude, I own the Super Famicom cart. I have a complete cart, but I've never played it because it's in Japanese. And even though I know that now with the Retron 5, I can throw in a translation patch and play it that way. I've never like taken the steps to do it. Yeah. But I've always that game looks so cool. Like there's like there's this job system, like your characters change job classes. But it's based on the decisions you make in the game, so I think everybody has like a light version and a dark version.
Okay.
And they're very different, and like the sprites are different, and like for 1995, like, you know, considering how, you know, good the game looks, and you know, just like the fact that it's an action RPG, so there's more animations than even, you know, like a Final Fantasy type game. Like, I just can't believe like what they pulled off with that back then. Right. And I don't know why it never got brought over here. I guess the only reason is because it was so late. You know, the Super Nintendo was N64 was on the way, you know, so it was probably the same situation with like...
Yeah, they were weird with stuff like that, so yeah.
Yeah, because they did, I mean, that's the same thing with like the Final Fantasy games, because we got Final Fantasy 1 3 years after Japan. Right. So they were like, well, we're not going to release Final Fantasy 2 or 3 because the Super Nintendo's about to come out, so nobody's going to care. Yeah.
That makes sense.
I would have cared.
Yeah. Well, people cared way after the fact, but yeah.
Although, I don't know, like, Final Fantasy 2, I'm not all that big on, and Final Fantasy 3 is fine.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever gone back and played some of those. I definitely have a cutoff point.
3, you can only play that DS version. So it's
Is that the one that was like they redid it? It was kind of like
it's
polygonal.
full 3D,
full 3D. Yeah, okay, I definitely played that one.
Because they did 3 and 4 on DS, and then the rumor was they were going to do 5 and 6 that way also, and they never did, which I would have liked to have seen, even though, that's arguably the second worst version of 4 is the 3D DS one.
Phew, yeah, I'm not sure I've ever messed with the 3DS one of that. Yeah, because I never did. I never messed with that. I remember seeing it and not playing it though. But yeah,
it goes back to my thing of like, maybe these characters, maybe the stuff that comes out of their mouths sounds better when you read it instead of hear people act it out.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff like that, especially in Japan. Some of their stuff does not translate very well. Like, and that's some of it's kind of fun, but like when you hear somebody say it, it really kind of makes you go, wow, that really does sound really fucking stupid, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I didn't know that Mana 1 though. I know the collection had Seiken Densetsu 3 or whatever, but I didn't know that had that was actually just that same game. Oh, I think you left.
No.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Patrick, because I saw he's like, I kept seeing that he was like changing things to the question list, and he put in a whole bunch of. I think he's going to try to do like rehearsed answers to stuff, which is always fun.
I wrote some of them down, but they're just so I remember them, like, because I'll forget, and like if you put me on the spot, like I'll forget shit, like I always do.
Okay. And then I forgot to actually type out all of the names for the Great Game giveaway at work. So I actually I bought like a raffle app, so I'm just going to do it Getter style today. But I'm going to type them out here so that I can at least like be sure to get everybody in.
Right on, man. Yeah, I like Nintendo's press conference the best. That was my favorite one.
Oh yeah, they killed it.
Yeah, really I thought they did too. And then I went and listened to like Kind of Funny's review of it, and they sounded like bummed about it. And I was like, maybe they just named a bunch of games that I liked, and fucking the one guy is just like, I don't know, it was just disappointing. I didn't care about anything on it. And I was like, you don't fucking anything.
The tone was really good. I'm here for Doug Bowser. Like, I was like, okay, good. Like, this dude gets it. Like, the whole having like actual Bowser in a tie come out was amazing. Dude, right. the reveal video of Banjo-Kazooie in Smash is one of the greatest things I've ever seen in a video game trailer, even though I could not give a fuck about Smash Brothers or Banjo.
Yeah. The thing I liked the most about it was, even when I didn't care about something, they didn't linger on it like a lot of other press conferences did.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there was so much stuff where I was just like, God, I could live without any update about fucking Fallout 76 or whatever the fuck you're talking about. And like, they would just go on about it. But yeah.
Although I will say, I mean, as someone who doesn't give a fuck about Fallout 76, they
handled it right.
No, I thought they botched it totally.
Really?
Yeah, because he came out there with his like smarmy like, oh, I'm glad I see you guys are still here. It's like, dude, you guys should have. What it should have been was like, because you know how they were trying to do this whole thing about like, hey, we're like you, and it hurts our feelings and blah blah blah, and then the confessionals with like mega fans of Bethesda. What it should have been was like.
Yeah, that was bad.
Like they should have shown like him in like showing the game off last E3, and then it should have done like this like fade to black and white, and like the music like kind of turning like sad and being like, look, we did not deliver the product that we intended to deliver. It didn't go well. But thanks to you players who stuck in there and like stood by us, now we have this incredible game with this incredible community, and now look at all the stuff that we're going to put in. But it doesn't seem to matter because like everybody was losing their shit over every single thing that they said.
Oh my God, that was the most annoying one to watch. I think they had that one guy in the fucking front row that just would not stop wooing at everything. And from what I heard, that may have spawned from the Microsoft conference, because when they did the Keanu Reeves thing, somebody Keanu Reeves said something about something being breathtaking, and somebody
and then someone
at him. Yeah. And I guess they gave that guy some sort of thing after the show, or whoever yelled that, they gave them something, and maybe that got out. Yeah.
Well, Bethesda's always that way, though. Like, especially during Elder Scrolls Online. Every time Elder Scrolls Online, like, people just, like, there's just, like, one or two people that just lose their goddamn minds.
Yeah, it's annoying. It really is.
You know, I miss the days when the press conferences were for the press.
Yeah. I think it was like I think Super Best Friends when they used to be a thing, and they like I'd watch. I always like, now that I watch them as they come on, because before I never used to do that. I'd kind of like catch up after the fact. But now I'll watch them when Giant Bomb's talking over it. The only time I got annoyed with Giant Bomb this year was during the Final Fantasy VII Remake one, because
they were talking over it.
Way too loud over it, and I had to go back and watch it because I was like, okay, you guys got to shut up. I gotta hear what I
know. You guys are like way down on Final Fantasy, but it's like, you know.
There were certain points that I couldn't understand from later on that they had already touched on, like switching characters and how that worked.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, because I was sitting there watching and I was like, how do you do any of this? I feel like I missed something very important. And it's like, you press a button and it'll switch the character. And I was like, all right, cool. But I don't know how I feel about the Final Fantasy VII Remake. That's a complicated issue, I think.
I have lots of feelings that I want to save for the show, but I'm with you.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're going to probably, that's going to be a conversation, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is definitely one of the big things that I want to hit.
Is that what we're doing for Consumption Junction?
Yeah, it's all going to be E3.
Okay, good,
and then I thought next episode we'll do all Consumption Junction.
Okay.
Just because usually if we skip it, and I know, like, Patrick has had some stuff stacking up that he hasn't had a chance to talk about yet. Like, I know he's been playing Sekiro, and I'd like to hear his thoughts on that, because I think he likes it a lot. And, I finished Rage 2, and I've been playing Warhammer Chaos Bane since last time. And then some other stuff. Like, I would like to, like, talk about Detective Pikachu, even though it's, like, old now, but, like, I never did mention it on the show.
We did never mention that, and I watched it, too, and I thought it was pretty good, I thought.
So
I really, me and Sam went and watched that, and I thought it was great. We both did. We both were, like, and my sister is not like a big video game person, and she was like, no, I like that. I legit laughed, and that she was like, it's very clearly a kid's movie, and I legit laughed out loud at a ton of stuff in that. And so I was like, that was a good movie. But what the hell have I even been playing? I've been trying out that fucking A Plague Tale Innocence game.
Oh, okay, yeah, I want to hear about that. So there'll be a lot of stuff to unpack next time.
Yeah, and I haven't finished it yet, so maybe I'll get time to do that. And I know Bloodstained is coming out, and I really want to play that. So. Oh
yeah, I need to get on Kickstarter and make sure they send me my $100 physical copy, because back then I was like, a physical copy of a digital game, that would be awesome. But then you know, this is like before Mighty Number 9 even came out. It's like, of course they were going to release a physical copy of it, idiots. You could have bought it for like $30.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I think it's $40.
It's 40.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just looked at that one today. I think that one comes out. I know Samurai Showdown comes out. I keep thinking there's some other stuff that's coming out too.
Judgment's coming like real fast.
When is that coming out?
Like 2 weeks.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
That snuck up on me. If I had known, that probably would have been one of the games from this giveaway.
Yeah.
Or next giveaway, but next giveaway I'm going to do all Nintendo.
Yeah, I went and looked up fucking Final Fantasy after that, and then I think they're sold out of that fucking real expensive edition of it already.
Oh, I'm
maybe.
Not surprised.
I figured it would go fast. I was like, I should probably go do that right now when they announced it if I want to do it. And then I was like, dude, I don't. And then I heard the price because they said it on Giant Bomb. They're like, it's $300-something. I was like, dude, you do not need to fucking spend $300 on that game.
I was like, because I thought about it, like before I heard of the price, but I was like, Final Fantasy VII isn't even your top 5 Final Fantasies. Like, it's
Like
not even, like, it's at the bottom, like, towards the bottom of your top 10. Like, if it was a Final Fantasy IV game getting this treatment, then hell yeah, like, I'll, whatever, like, $500, I don't give a damn.
Like, it's probably my favorite of all time, Final Fantasy VII, and I still don't feel like I want to put that much money into the remake that I'm not sure I'm going to like at all. Like, and it's only Midgar, and yeah, we gotta stop.
Save it. Because,
we gotta stop. Yeah, because I know I'm already going way. There's some shit that I heard recently that, oh man. Okay. But yeah, no, that was my thing. I was like, man, no, I can't do it. I can't spend $300 fucking on this. Yeah. Like, I
tried. I made a concerted effort to get the Doom Eternal Collector's Edition.
Yeah.
And the Bethesda website was borked and it wasn't available. I kept refreshing Amazon and I was like, this isn't meant to be. And it's like, I don't love Doom that much. It just looked like a really cool helmet.
Yeah,
and I was like, where am I going to put this though? Like, you know, I need to pick. Like, I have to be sparing with the collector's editions that I buy because, like, I bought the collector's edition for Dishonored 2, and it's like I didn't even play it, and it's like I've got this huge Dishonored 2 Corvo mask, and it's like
we're gonna think you're the biggest Dishonored fan ever.
Yeah, it's like, you know, it's like Final Fantasy.
Yeah,
you know, if it's something that I really care about, I could see like if they did like a Street Fighter Alpha 4. And like there was a really cool thing for that, like that could maybe get me. You like it's got to be a small handful of franchises now.
Yeah, for sure. Oh man, what was the other thing? I can't remember now. I lost it. Had it and lost it. I'm still waking up. I took a nap before this. I was like, I had to wake up at like 4:30 this morning, or before that, I had to wake up at like 3 in the morning to go to work at 4:30.
That's your day shift?
Yeah. Well, that's if I go in early. Like if I go in early, I have to go in at 4:30 in the morning, and so I'm like, I think I'm gonna call off tomorrow. Like I already kind of decided that. Like they're like, yeah, you gotta come in at 4:30. I was like, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna come in tomorrow at all. I did it last time. Like I remember I was telling you guys last time. I was like, yeah, it's gonna kind of be a game time decision on that one. And I went to bed and I woke up and I was like, I could probably do this. And it got midway through the day and I was like, I'm fucking dead right now. I can't do this next time. I'd probably be fine, but man, nah, fuck that. Fuck that. Oh man.
I keep getting these notifications in the Dropbox of Patrick doing stuff, and it's like, what are you doing and why aren't you here? Way fewer entries this time, but I think it's partially because of the games.
Oh, for this
particular one?
The giveaway, yeah.
And I gotta say, like, I am enjoying Warhammer Chaos Bane, but that is a mid-tier game.
I took a look at it because around the time it came out, and I kind of read the description and I kind of researched it like I usually will. I'll kind of go like, what do other people think about this? What has this got? And looked at it and was like, yeah, I don't think this is going to be very good. I didn't pick it up. I was like,
it's a. I mean, I'll reiterate a lot of this next episode, but it is a fun one of those. Yeah, but like, and it's gonna be weird. So I'm gonna ask you this again. Well, no, have you played Dragon Age 2?
That is one I skipped. I definitely skipped that one. That's because I never. A weird story. I never actually got around to finishing the original Dragon Age. Gotcha. I still need to do that. I got really far in that game, and I think I bought it a lot of further on down the line, like after it had been out for a while, and something else came out, and I was like, okay, I'll come back to this, and I never got back to it. And,
right. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, and then I heard 2 wasn't people's favorite game.
I like 2 a lot.
Yeah.
But it's got issues, and one of them is the fact that like you go to basically like the same couple of dungeons over and over and over, but they're supposed to be different places. Right. And they just kind of like, oh, now this door is closed and this one is open, and but it's weird because they're supposed to be different locations.
Yeah.
But literally the entire first chapter of Warhammer Chaos Bane takes place in the sewers. Like every single time you go on a mission, you're in the sewers, but it's randomly generated. But the tiles, like the tile sets, are such that it's like literally, it's like I've been here before, but it's supposed to be random. But I have been to this, like, you know, I don't know. It like I was like, is there? Okay, no, this is just sewers. Okay,
yeah,
and it's like that's just really weird to me.
Yeah.
But, you know, the numbers go bigger, and, like, I'm playing the dwarf, like, Slayer character, and he's got this great whirlwind move with his 2 axes where he starts laughing, and you get into this group of, like, 20 enemies, and you just see, like, these hit points damage, like, numbers popping off, because you can't even see your character. You just hear him laughing, and enemies dying. It's like, okay, yeah,
that's cool.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
Not entirely why I'm there, and I'll get into that. You know, because the loot part of it leaves something to be desired.
Yeah.
Because I like that loot.
Yeah, it seemed like it didn't have like enough to keep me really engaged with it. Like I would get pretty bored fast, I guess.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. Yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna skip that one. If somebody like comes on and tells me, no, you got to play this, it's really good, then I'll try it. But then I didn't hear anything else about it, so I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I made the right call there.
Well, I don't know how you feel about action RPGs like that.
Oh, most of them are fine. Like I used to, the old Diablo. Like man, I think that's like the one thing I used to play so much Diablo when I was a kid. It was like the one PC game that I had that, like, they all feel like that. What happened?
This isn't going to work. They don't let me do enough names.
Oh, no.
No, this is bad. I just paid $4.99 for this.
Oh, no.
No, I'm not enjoying this.
Is there a return thing for it?
No, you know how these things are.
Yeah.
Seriously, you can only put 6 names? What kind of a raffle is that?
That's weird.
Or maybe it's based on the number of... No, but why? Ooh. Ooh. Is there... And that's all I can do. Damn it.
That sucks.
I wonder if there's a solution online. Hey... like...
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Raffle generator, let's see. Random name picker.
Yeah, there's definitely random name pickers. That might work.
I guess I'm just going to have to do it this way. Dadgummit. At least it's not very many people this time.
Yeah, if ever there was one time.
Yeah. Oh, crap, and I can't keep... Oh, no, I'll just do this. Okay. Oh, and I definitely want to talk about the ending of the Xbox One back compat because Julian is displeased with the final showings. Did you look at the list?
I haven't looked at the full list. Like I remember Giant Bomb reading them, and I know kind of what's already on.
Well, I didn't see them read the whole thing. I love the part. I love them so much.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Like, as a thanks for all of your support, like we're giving away 2 human to everybody.
Yeah.
Thanks, Vinny. Thanks. Hey, Vinny. 2 human for free.
2
Thanks.
Human, yeah. God, that shit was so good.
Did you see? Okay, my favorite part of everything so far was Jeff not being able to talk about Doom Eternal. Wow. So hey, it looks like that weapon just popped off of that enemy. You should probably pay attention to that. Seems important.
He's like, I don't know what that sound means, but probably is pretty integral to the gameplay there. I mean, I don't know.
And then like he had to stretch for the 8 minutes, and then they
talking about bullshit, and he's like,
so Jeff, he's like, what do you think about Doom Eternal? Doom Eternal is so fucking good.
Yeah, it was like, okay, is it time? He's like, okay, so Jeff, so you played Doom Eternal, what do you think about it? He's like, okay, is it time? All right, 3, 2, 1. All right, Doom Eternal is fucking awesome. Like, I was just like,
So
yes,
good.
this is good. I've never heard him get that excited over a game, which was super cool.
It's very rare, and I was like, because that was the thing that took my hype from like a 7 to a 10 because
Be interested in it. So yeah.
yeah.
And I'm not a big Doom guy. Like that. Like first person shooters are hard to get me like interested in it. Like because it's just not my genre, I guess. Like I've played a lot of them like since Halo and stuff, but like they never really grabbed me. But like that, like him talking about it, I was like, you know what? You kind of make me want to try this game now.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
Oh, I feel like we're wasting all of the good stuff, but it's okay.
What are you gonna do?
I might just put all of this at the end, depending on it, because it might be a thing where we end up going in a completely different direction than I thought we were going to during the thing. So, but yeah, because my thing was like, as much as I love Doom 2016, I was like, I don't know if I want just more Doom 2016, and this doesn't look that way. And then hearing the way Jeff was talking, I was like, okay, no, this
they really expanded upon it, so that sounds cool.
And when they showed Angelo actually doesn't like this, but when they showed like him doing this platforming stuff with like these like flaming obstacles Mario style, I was like, all right.
Yeah, see, I'm kind of with Angelo. Like that's the type of stuff I don't like, because I'm not a big like, especially like first person like platforming always seems off putting to me. But like it might be cool. I don't know. Like I'll try.
That game's so tight, and the way that I've seen them use like the grapple hook and stuff like that, and like the dashing and stuff, like I think that stuff will actually end up feeling really good. And working really well. Now, it could be a thing where I'm just like throwing my controller because I'm dying so much, but we'll see.
I didn't get to see like a lot of like they didn't show like a lot of the stuff that I was like really interested in, like in depth, like Doom, like I want to see more Outer Worlds, but then again, I kind of know what that game is. Like that's the one game I'm like, that's gonna be super awesome because I love Obsidian games. Like those are super cool.
Yeah.
So.
And Jeff was saying something about like the rumor is that it's going to be like a shorter game, like 20, 30 hours. I'm like, yes, finally.
Yeah.
Like,
man,
I can do 20, 30 hours. I think I probably put about 25 hours into Rage 2. And that was just right. Like I'll talk about it later, but I was definitely getting to my fatigue point with that game, and finally was just like, okay, let me just like finish this. I'm not going to do all this side content, and I did a lot of it. I did a lot.
Obsidian gets a lot of shit because their games are like buggy or whatever,
which is funny because Bethesda doesn't get that same shit, even though their games are just as buggy.
Here's the thing, Obsidian, where that usually starts at is Fallout New Vegas was an extremely buggy game, and Obsidian did that. But they were working with Bethesda's fucking engine that basically is the Skyrim Fallout engine, that thing. And that's why it was so goddamn buggy. Because they were working with that. And that engine's a fucking train wreck. Like, it really is. Like, it is. They really need...
They should have stopped using that years ago, one would say.
When did it start? Morrowind was when that started, and they just kept expanding upon it. Like, it's to the point where it just can't handle anything else.
Yeah, and they're still using it.
Still doing it. Still doing it.
I wouldn't be surprised if the stuff they're working on now is using it.
Starfield I think they have said Starfield is using that engine. Yeah, I know. I feel the same way. Ridiculous. The reason they do it is because they want to keep, and I get it. It's because they want to keep modding involved on the PC, which is cool. That's like a big thing for me, like in playing those games.
I feel like modders would get used to it.
As long as you give them the tools, they will figure it out. Those people are not dumb. They will figure out a way to mod those games. I mean, especially
they fix the games for the company.
Yeah, they do. Yes, they do that. Like, it's crazy. Like the shit. They
give you the cleanest faces.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, they make those games worth playing at some point.
It's so bad for me. Like, every once in a while, like, because I think at one point I had clicked on some like, oh, look at Skyrim running with like next gen graphical mods. I was like, oh, this looks really cool. Yeah. And then so then I get like recommendations for Skyrim mod videos, and it's like so many of them like have like the sexy ladies in the thumbnail.
I'm yeah.
well, I kind of want to look at this now.
Yeah.
Because I want to see, like, how sexy the ladies are. You know, because the ladies in that, well, the people in that game, just by default, all look terrible.
Oh, yeah.
But there's never any sexy ladies.
The one I would recommend mod video wise, if you're like, because I used to watch this guy before I even started doing any of that stuff, just because I thought the videos themselves were entertaining. There's a guy, his name is MXR. He's like a younger dude, like he's like in his 20s somewhere.
Huh.
He started when he was in 2012, and I don't even think he was out of high school or whatever when he started the channel. Now it's like he's pretty big, and he does like mod reviews basically, and just goes through a series of them, and they're really good. Now he does my favorite series, which is he goes into the dark depths of Skyrim modding. That was where I got the milk mod economy thing. Like from watching, like he just goes into all of them and like just it's funny. He's like, I can't recommend any of these because they will destroy your game because they try to do so much shit with them, but they are some of the most elaborate things for a sex mod in a video game.
Sorry, are you getting these notifications too from the Dropbox, or is it just me?
It might just be you.
Maybe because I'm the, like...
Oh, wait. Yeah, let's see.
Oh, you have it on your phone. Okay.
Yeah.
I have it on the laptop, so it's just like...
Oh, it's just popping off on yours? Yeah, no.
I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, it's like every few seconds.
I don't know, man.
Do you want me to just read your answers because you're not going to be here? Is that what's going on here?
Yes, answer for him. We'll just make up answers. It'll be fine. Oh yeah, sure.
God, he's literally like, he's just going to be reading out all of his answers.
No,
I mean, no spontaneity to it at all.
Like I said, I always read stuff and try to, but like I wrote just the basic answer and then whatever happens, that's whatever.
You usually have like one particular like little funny bit that you want to get across.
Yeah,
as a jumping off point. I don't know if you've noticed, but I do very little show prep. Like, it's like I have a couple things in my head, but for the most part, that's it. Like
the fact that you do that is super impressive to me because, like, on my show, like I've told you, like you're doing because you have to find the lists and then like make sure that they're actually like funny, and then like I know you take the quiz beforehand just to see like is this even going to be like worth the time. I have to make sure they're broken sometimes because sometimes you'll get to one and like the link won't fucking work or some shit. Mm-hmm. So you have to like go through and like make sure this isn't a fucking broken piece of shit. And
that makes sense to me.
So a lot of times I have to like. But like I have to like kind of write out my intro just so I remember what the fuck to say a lot of the time. Yeah. But
I mean, there's stuff that sometimes I'll jot down because I'm meaning to like actually I'll put that because I do want to give a shout out to a particular podcast before we actually get into the main show. So let me put that because I actually did like jot up. Like I said, just like the stuff I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
E3 wise, but like as far as like stage select, that's just like I looked at the questions, of course, because like some of them, like are if I'm just on the spot, like they're not going to be good. So there's a couple where I have like an idea in mind of what I want to say.
That's always my thing is I don't want to sit there for like 5 minutes, like I don't know,
I'll forget some of my answers, but I'll just edit around that. It's fine.
And then sometimes some of them I was like, I can't give the best answer here unless I go kind of look this up right now. Cause I know there's something I'm thinking of, but I can't remember the name of it. There's like definitely one of Matt's questions. And there was two of his that I had to look up. Matt actually got a hold of me. Matt Jorgensen got a hold of me after he sent his. He was like, hey, I gave you a really hard thing with the magic one. He was like,
that thing. I was like, I mean, you don't know what his deck is.
And he was like, listen, these are my decks that I have already.
Okay.
And I was like, good. Those weren't any of my ideas. And he was like, I don't know how familiar you are with that. I was like, I played a shit ton of Magic at a certain point, and I still play it. So I was like, I think I'll be good. I'll just come on with like 4 different things, and you can pick from them. So he was like, that sounds good. I was like, all right, cool. We're good then.
Yeah. Yeah, and I've got a game recommendation for Matt, but I am afraid that will slip out of my head.
Yeah,
I don't think it will.
That's always my thing. Yeah. And then he had the cartoon game one, and I was like, I can't remember the name of this fucking game that I played, and I know it was a cartoon, and I know it was a Mickey Mouse game, and I had to fucking go through a Wikipedia list of every game ever made. What's that?
Castle of Illusion?
No.
The other one? What's
the
other
really
one?
Stupid Game Boy Mickey Mouse game that I used to play as a kid that I actually loved, and it's called Mickey's Dangerous Chase. I could not remember the name of that. And I don't think it was very good, but when I was like 7 or 8, that game was pretty fun. Like, I think I liked it because it was so hard. Like, the entire thing was just you picked up blocks and threw them, and that was like the only thing you could do. And it was actually pretty fucking hard. Like, you had to be like super fast on shit. Like, it was crazy.
I wonder if it's one of those like reskinned Game Boy games, because there's a lot of Game Boy games that were just like reskins of other stuff. Like all of the Bugs Bunny Crazy Castle games are just like reskins of some other game from Japan. But then I think there's even like a reskin of the Bugs Bunny reskin that was released over here. Like there's some weird ass stuff, man. And then like I happened to look it up the other day, or not, it was a while ago, because I love the game Yo-Noid for NES.
Yeah. But
I was thinking about it really hard, and I was like, there's stuff in that game that doesn't seem like it was supposed to be a Yo-Noid game. And then sure enough, like it was a game about a ninja in Japan. I was like, okay, yeah, that's why there's all these scrolls everywhere.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's a video game the kids won't notice. Put it in there. Yeah, then that was another one I had to look up. Now I'm looking at my answers again, because I didn't even write which questions they were to. I just wrote the answers. It's like, I'll remember when I get there. It's fine.
I have this idea, but maybe it's a better idea for your show.
Yeah.
And because I think you've already talked about doing this, but we need, like, I wanted, like, there's something to be done with your sister.
Yeah.
Like some sort of like just like a quick and you know, here's Sam for a reaction to blah blah blah, and then just get like her hot take, and then thanks Sam. And then, like,
oh yeah, I keep doing that. I plan on this show. I'm gonna show her the top 3 E3 talking points. Like I want to show her the Keanu Reeves thing. Because I know she doesn't know about it. She doesn't pay attention to that stuff.
I feel like you should show. Well, I don't know. I just loved the giant bomb reaction, because I was sitting at home watching it like live because that was Sunday, and I screamed and clapped in the living room.
I've definitely shown her a couple giant bomb things. I know I showed her the after show a few times, because they don't always talk about video games.
Yeah.
So.
If you ever show her any of the, like, you know, Dave Lang and John Vignacchi stuff.
Oh.
Like on the last night of their E3 live shows is always the best shit.
Oh God, is that the one where the guy showed up? Man, do you remember? This was last year. It was like the last day or something like that. I don't remember which one it was. I don't remember who the 2 guys were, but one of them flicked the other guy off and got himself banned from Twitter. Does that ring a bell?
Yes.
Yeah,
he was on there. Yeah.
Jeff
he had been banned from Twitter that day. Yeah.
Jeff Gerstmann's like, I don't know what's that music we're hearing on the aisleway? Oh, it's dude, that entire thing was so funny. And it's just this guy like reading a clearly written statement.
Yeah.
And the other guy, oh my God, I never laughed so hard. I remember being off of work and just fucking dying, sitting there playing, I think, Civilization or something.
You're kind of new to Giant Bomb, right?
Yeah.
So have you maybe you haven't seen the one where John Vignacchi gave out Dave Lang's actual phone number on Twitter because he wanted Twitter questions from people, or he wanted to get like text questions from people.
Yeah.
And Dave Lang was like, it was funny because it's like, at first it's like, oh, ha ha ha, but then like it starts to sink in. It's like, no, like this is a business phone. Like I have all of these important contacts, and now I have to destroy this phone and get a new one. But I have, and it was just like this whole thing. And like John Vignacchi did not understand for a long part of it of like why this was bad, and it was just it just builds and builds and builds.
Oh God, that sounds great.
And they take like a live call because like people are calling him, and everything, and his thing is just blowing up, and finally he just like throws it like into the background because he's like, this thing is useless now.
No, like I remember the one thing I showed Sam from the after show, and that wasn't the E3 after show. This was like the one they do after the Giant Bombcast or whatever. It's just like Jeff and Ben.
Okay.
Well, actually, you know what? That after show actually made me like him a lot more. Like, just because it's just dumb bullshit, and like I just kind of think it's fun. I don't know why, but like the one bit they did, this was the one I showed her. I was like, okay, so they play this song every episode, and I showed her the song. I don't know if you ever heard it. It's fucking funny though. It's like this, like I want to describe it as 90s techno pop song.
Okay.
That they just play, and they're like, they come on, they're all like pissed off, and they're like, hey, it's like, got some bad, and it's like Ben, he's like, I got some bad news, Jeff. And he's like, all right, what? He's like, normally when I hear this song, when we play it, I feel, really ready to take on this podcast and all this stuff. But I got an update from somebody, and I need to show you something from F1. And they showed this. He shows them this F1 video that uses the same song like it's a racing thing. And he's like, oh, we need to fucking sue right now. That is our song. This is fucking great. I loved it. Like I was like, this is all they do on this fucking show. Like, yeah, they talk about video games, but it's fucking funny. Like,
yeah, Ben's voice actually grates on me. I don't find him particularly funny.
Right. He's really hit or miss.
Yeah,
like,
sometimes he'll make me laugh, but it's very rare, and it's maybe he plays off of Jeff better. Like when it's just the two of them.
When it's just the two of them, I feel like it's pretty decent. Like they've done a few things on there that I thought were pretty entertaining. There was one where they were just going off of like people calling into the show and people like on their live chat or whatever talking about or making a list of the best mini bosses or something in a game, and like that was super fun because Jeff had never heard of Ultros from Final Fantasy VI. He's like, and everybody's telling him all this stuff Ultros does, and he's like, you know what? I don't know who this guy is, but he sounds great. That's
the only good part of Final Fantasy Kingsglaive.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's Ultros.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. I don't think I've ever watched Kingsglaive, actually.
Oh, you're not missing anything. I was going to say, I
checked 15, so.
I mean, you missed the entire, like, premise for Final Fantasy 15 because that's in that damn movie.
That's such a bad way to do that. I don't know, man.
When they brought Nomura out on stage, I was like,
yeah, I kept making fun of him the whole time. I was like, this motherfucker just shows up in fucking shorts.
I was like, I thought you were the fashionista, Nomura. Like, why aren't you wearing like the fancy duds that you're always designing? Because that's what you really want to do. Although, I guess the shorts are actually on brand.
I was gonna say the shorts are on brand, man. Like that was what I got. I was like, I mean, at least I guess that makes sense. I mean, he puts shorts on fucking every character now, so.
But I've seen pictures of him where he literally looked like a J-pop singer.
That's awesome. It's kind of fucking. It's so bad. It's hilarious to me. But yeah, I kept making fun of the dude. Like I couldn't help it.
I got so much stuff to say about that game.
Oh, we gotta save it. We gotta a fucking.
Let me text Patrick and see. He's calmed down on the editing of the stuff. So no, never mind. It just went back up.
Well, what happened?
Oh, no. Okay. I was just texting Patrick.
Oh, you seemed worried for a second there. I was like, uh-oh.
Oh, no. Just, I don't know.
Okay.
I was like, should I pee?
I mean, you got time, man.
Yeah.
I got you.
So let me just go use the bathroom. We'll get this party started.
All right, sounds good, man.
I should have texted him earlier. I'm sorry. I thought, okay, half an hour or so.
Oh, you're good, man. I'm not in a hurry. Like I said, I'm taking tomorrow off. It's all good.
Yeah. All right. Be right back.
You're good.
Ready? Here we go! Hey! Hey, buddy! Guess what? Got a fun message for you. Hey, dude! Listen up! This is important. And it's from you-know-who, me! First you take a G, then an O, then an F, then you're gonna need a U and a C-K-Y or cell! Yay! G-O-F-U-C-K-Y-O-U-R-S-L! That's an awful lot of letters. Gee, I wonder what it spells. G-O-F-U-C-K-Y-O-U-R-S-L! Wishing you and all your family some good and happy health? No. Did you get the message? Have you cracked the code? Do you know which self you ought to fuck and where you have to go? That's right. I'm pretty sure you get it. A big smart guy like you. The time is drawing nearer, so you know just what to do. Okay, everyone. Here we go.